But then the reason why I really didn't fight back in my first go around in WWE is,
Yeah.
First thing in my mind is, my grandma and my mom and stuff like that. So when I left WWE, I had done an interview, and I forget what it was. I was like, I had a great time in WWE, but I said JBL was a bully.
Yeah.
So, and I think, flash forward to One Night Stand, the WWE guys are in the ring with the ECW guys, and
Yeah.
the big clash happens. And me and Bradshaw had a real life fight on live pay per view. He got me from behind. I was already busted open from 2 nights before. Sandman got me with a ladder, so I had like
Yeah. Oh,
staples on my head.
that's them
And
ladders.
yeah, and as if you would have, you couldn't have hit it any better. I just needed, boom, right on the spot, and I'm like,
Oh,
around, and it just turned into a
yeah.
hockey fight.
Yeah. Yeah. And truth of it is, it was sloppy, and I don't even remember it, and I'm sorry about that, dude. But I'm sure it was sloppy and not good for the direction of the story or anything. It's every time a fight breaks out, that's the case. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like, look, I don't want to stand up for him because I believe you're correct about he was a bully, but I believe he was a bully until you said stop bullying me, and it was also in a time where there was a weird transition where this was accepted and this is not accepted, and it was all in that time where it was a little bit over the not accepted line. You know what I mean? Like, people don't accept this anymore, but yet it's still happening. And so I don't know. It's one of those things that it's going to happen, right? It's
Yeah.
bound to happen. If somebody's going to act like that, they're bound to get swung on.
Yeah. And when they brought me into SmackDown Raw Super Show in Sacramento, and of course Dreamer calls me, goes, Meanie, this is Tommy. We want to bring you in. This has nothing to do with Bradshaw. We want to do a BWO reunion. I was like, all right. So first time I get
This
that,
has nothing to do with Bradshaw.
which he has got a bad poker face,
Yeah, yeah,
I knew it had everything to do with Bradshaw.
yeah.
So I get to the building, and Johnny Ace finds me and goes, "Hey, you're wrestling Bradshaw tonight." I went, "What the fuck?" Dreamer!
Yeah, yeah. Hey, he got you there. He got you there. He got you to the arena.
Yeah.
You can't say no now.
So he's like, "Yeah, you're wrestling John. You're going to hit the moonsault. You're going to pin him 1, 2, 3." I went, "Does John know this?"
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, he loves it." So I was like, "Oh shit, man." So I'm standing around, milling around. And I see John come in. I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah,
And
There
like
we go.
he had his cowboy hat on, and it might as well have been a dorsal fin. Like,
yeah, yeah.
so I'm just standing there like this. He walks by, nothing happens. And later on, he comes by. He goes, "Want to talk?" I went, "Sure." So I follow him, and
Do you think you're going to fight again?
we've all been to TVs.
Yeah,
There's signages, Vince's office,
Yeah,
kayfabe,
yeah.
kayfabe. And the further we go, the less signs I see. I go, "Oh man, this is bad."
it's no man's land.
Yeah.
If we walk into a room and there's plastic on the floor, I'm
Yeah.
fucking running.
Yeah, there's no witnesses.
Yeah, it's like Pesci and Goodfellas.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, you know.
Hey, in all honesty, I want to hear what you say and then bring me back because I want to say something. How did it go?
So we got into a room. I stood in the middle. He locked the door behind him. Turned around. It's like, we can either fight or we can make money. I was like, "John, I never wanted to fight you." And I said, quite honestly, I was always a fan of yours, but I don't know what I did to, bring this on me. And
Yeah,
we had a man to man.
yeah,
And I laid it all out, and he, said he didn't remember, which I'll take him at his word, because those were crazy times.
they were crazy times, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm not standing up for John, but I do
No.
like John, but I do totally understand if you were someone that he targeted. He bullied you a little bit, verbally. And I say a little bit, I'm trying to make it soft. He bullied you. You know what I mean? He was a big, hard guy, big Texan, and drunk. You could add in those descriptors as well half the time. You know what I mean? And that's just the truth.
Nah, but he said, he talked. He's like, I like you guys. I love the ECW guys. He said, I pushed to have Balls and Axel brought in, which, him and Axel wrestled in Global in Texas for a little bit.
Yeah.
So we shook hands, man. And that was like the ultimate. If you ever have a weight on your shoulder,
Yeah.
and you hear "I'm sorry" and you shake hands,
Yeah.
best feeling in the world.
Hey, in the world, man. And that's another reason I ask you, because where did you think you were going to fight? Like, he turned to lock the door. I don't know if I wouldn't have got him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that I wouldn't have thrown the first one right there, not knowing how this would have gone. But you went in there to do what a real man would do and go, where are we at, dude? Like, this is not. And so I don't know. I think that's super cool. But John had a reputation to protect, so he didn't want any witnesses when he apologized and hugged you. And that's how that goes. And it is almost a caricature of JBL or whatever, but it was really him, and he was. I don't know, man. We all were. And I'm not saying him and I'm me and him. We all were. I can't believe you said I was one of the nicer ones to you, to be honest, because I know I was just like that too, to some individuals. And I'm not happy about it. It was just, you're old school, but there's a new school, and now you've been in the new school longer than the old school clout you carry, and now you know what I mean. It's a very political and vibe, energy created business and locker room, and man, it was in that transitional period where the old days are gone now, dude. And it was just one of those things, and I'm sorry that you had to do that, but I also loved hearing the story and encouraged people listening. That's how it's handled. You know what I mean? And that's also why I harped on how crappy it looked on pay-per-view, I bet, is because no good came out of it until after we fought. Like, fighting is the ignorant man's first shot across the bow, right? And that's me. I'm guilty of that. So I mean, I think it's a lesson in locker room etiquette as to let's talk about this. I don't know. I loved hearing the story. I loved hearing the story because it's good-hearted and ends well, and you are back now.